Hey yo, what's up guys, it's your boy back again with a new video, and it's Tuesday and you know what that means, so we go review all the weekend's footy real quickly, top 3 fantasy performers in each game and how my team did on the weekend. So, and please let's not review the Warriors game, bruh, because fuck, there's so much heartache there.
Stop! He's already dead.
But yeah, I hope you all had a great Anzac weekend. You know, obviously, lest we forget, you know, all the things that our men and women that fight for us every single day. I thank every single one of you. And yeah, hope you all had a great weekend. And let's get straight into the video. First game of the weekend, we had the Sharks beating the Seagulls 34-22. Our top 3 fantasy performers in this one, we had Talakai 107, had a massive game. Nico Hines with 78, our boy, and Lachlan Croker with 59. Next, we had the Broncos versus the Bulldogs, and we had the Broncos winning 34-14. Top 3 fantasy performers in this one, we had Adam Reynolds with 75, Payne Haas with 64, and Addo Carr with 64. Next game, we had the Cowboys beating the Titans 30-4. In a massive showing from the Cowboys. Top 3 fantasy performers, we had Jason Tamalolo with 53, Helam Lukey with 53, and Scotty Drinkwater with 50. Next game of the weekend, we have the Tigers versus the Rabbits, and we had the Tigers winning 23-22. Quick shout out to Jackson Hastings, man. You have changed that team single-handedly, and bruh, I would love to have you at the Warriors right now, but, you know, he, if you haven't watched his game before, like, you know, watch through the games, what he's been playing, and he's pretty much doing everything he can to lift all his teammates up, and he's doing everything to help out Luke Brooks, and bruh, he's changed that side completely, so well done to the Tigers. Top 3 fantasy performers, we had Norfoluma with 72, Cam Murray with 68, and Kalol Matangi with 67. Next game of the weekend, we have the Knights versus the Eels, and we had the Eels winning 39-2. Top 3 fantasy performers, we had Isaiah Papali'i with 87, Mitchell Moses with 75, and Sean Lane was 64. Next game of the weekend, another slacking. We had the Panthers beating the Raiders 36-6. Nathan Cleary with 85. Joe Tarpane with 64. Tom Starlin with 63. On the Monday games, the Anzac games, we had the Dragons beating the Roosters 14-12 in a cracking game. James Tedesco was 64. Tupanua was 63. And Joey Manu with 58 is your top 3 fantasy performers. And in your last, but sadly, craziest game of the weekend, we had the Storm beating the Warriors 70-10 in a, like, bruh. Yeah. Moving on. Top 3 fantasy performers, we had Papenhausen with 80, Cam Munster with 76, and Xavier Coates with 68. Basically, what can I say about the Warriors in that performance? I think these are the moments where you kind of stick around the boys more because they know that hurts. Like, they know, man. So, like, there's no use me saying anything. Like, Kossi probably had his worst game in the jersey before. Joshy Curran getting injured and Watini Zelezniak going out. I just didn't expect the boys to give up like that. But, you know, on to the next week. We got the Raiders next week, and we can't always just dwell on these games. So, keep moving. So moving on how our team performed on the weekend. So round 7 score, we got 870 points. Overall score, we 5,493. Overall ranked is 27,000 now. Round 7 ranked, we got 27,000. We still got 25 trades, 1 remaining from that weekend, which I didn't use. So I only used 1 trade. So I brought Blake Taffin just before the weekend. I thought he was going to be up and up in cash. So I know he didn't have the best game of the weekend against the Tigers, but I think the Rabbits bounce back next week at least and give him a good showing. And I still got 103 salary in a remaining. So, you know, I think I might still stay sturdy with the team I've got at the moment. And then when I look at my options, then I'll reevaluate who I'm going to trade in and trade out. But we got 103,000, so definitely could pick up another decent player for our team. So running through all the players of the weekend, so we had James Tedesco with 64, Stephen Crichton with 59, really fulfilling that spot now. You know, it's good to see him get a good run like that again. And Nico Hines was 78. The one thing with Crichton, though, I'm pretty sure he scored 2 or 3 times over the weekend, so a lot of that did come from scoring tries, but I hope it continues because he's a class player. I do want to keep him around. It was just last couple of weeks he's been averaging under 20, so I didn't really want to have to deal with that too much. But, you know, if he's scoring 59 and upwards, I'm keeping him in the squad. Will Penasini's kind of blown out of the blocks at the moment now. He's 48 this week. He had 54 last week, I'm pretty sure. So that's good showing from him. Isaac Tungo with 39, best buy of the season. I know he only got 39 this week, and it is what it is. But for a player that started off at like 220k or 240k, man, it was all just money on him anyway. So he's been one of the best players like buys this year. Nathan Cleary with 170 on captain. I really appreciate that from him. This is the reason why you put him in your team. Basically, he just gets all these points. One of the boys, Triton, shout out to you, my G. Definitely put it out. A lot of my points just came from him this week, and I really do appreciate having someone like of his classes in my team. It was unfortunate a couple other players that were big boys for me didn't score too crazy, which would have increased my score to probably 900, but it is what it is. Brad Snyder with 39, and I will be looking at maybe trading him out this week or sitting him on the bench and trading someone out. He got 468k. He came up from, I think, 240, which I put him in at. He's made a lot of money for me, and maybe looking at people that can run through for most of the year now. I am thinking of Cody Walker. I know this is controversial because this year he hasn't played amazing, but I think he got top 3 this year. He got 47 this week, so I thought that was pretty decent for Cody Walker at the moment anyway, because he hasn't been playing to his full potential. I think he has a bit more than Snyder gives, and I think at the moment Ricky is really bouncing that team around. It's tough for these young blokes to keep doing this. I do expect him to keep scoring really well, so that's not really the reasoning. It was more of like getting a bigger buy to play out the rest of the year. And if I could downgrade to Cody Walker in a way, because he is a downgrade at the moment, I will get more cash coming through the end of the year, because I do see more potential out of Walker with that Rabbits team than I do at the Raiders at the moment, unfortunately. And I'm so sorry to you, bro. Sniper, in my comments, bro. You're always watching all my videos. Man, I don't know. Just let me know how you feel. Comment down below. Should I get rid of Snyder or should I keep with Snyder? But my opinion on it is basically I want to try and switch him out. Bring in someone like a Cody Walker, or bring in even maybe someone better, like spend my 103,000 and bring in someone better that's going to continue that whole year, because when Fogarty comes back, he's going to be pushed to the side, and I just see it happening. So my edges, we had Jeremiah Nanai with 29 and Liam Martin with 38. So not amazing from either of them. Like 38's okay from Martin. Nanai didn't have the most amazing game. He did, like, from a viewership point, like, from the game, like Nanai scored that really nice try and that, but he had a couple of drop balls and a couple of penalties and that against him. So, 29's not too bad when he hasn't had the best game of it, but I think he gets better and better, because I just see it in him that he's going to keep that spot and keep scoring really well. Kurt Mann probably had one of his worst games with 36, and it is what it is. I see him probably getting better and better. I hope anyway. Kind of sucks to see he scored 2 lows 2 weeks in a row, but I might hold with him for another week and see if he scores any better, because that Knights team needs to bounce back. And unfortunately, who the Knights got next week? Unfortunately, they got the Storm next week. So with the Storm getting a 70-10 showing, surely that's a time to bounce back on the Storm. Like, maybe they come in complacent, but, man, I don't know. They just killed the Warriors, so I don't know about the Knights. We'll have to see how that goes. Payne Haas was 64 points, and he did carry, I think he carried an injury for most of that game. Hopefully he's all good. I haven't checked the team list or anything, like the team news or anything like that, to see if he's out for any period of time, but I do know he did carry a niggling injury for that game. So 64 is not too bad with someone carrying an injury. And Adam Finnell-Blake with 32 points. Not the best from Big Adam, but I don't think there was too many Warriors players that played amazing in that game. Like, he tried his heart out, and so did like someone like Matt Lodge, Reece Walsh. But, man, it was just a slacking across the field. Yeah. My hooker, Chris Randall with 25. It was pretty hard for them to score really well when they didn't have too much possession. There was no points really they put on the board other than the 2 points on the penalty goal. So most of that would have been defense from him, and he's a good defender from hooker. So 25, not great, but I'm going to still hold 30 because, I do believe this is a one-off game sort of thing. The Eels just came and just smacked them. The Eels needed to bounce back off last week, and the poor Knights were that team. So unfortunately, the Knights got a couple of runs now, so I don't know how they're going to really bounce back. Reserves, we got Hetherington with 30. Xavier Coates with 68. Man, he had an amazing game against us. He looked fucking on fire. Max King with 37 and Blake Taff with 14. So Blake Taff didn't have the best game this weekend, which I switched him in from Penne, but I don't think Penne had a great game overall either. So 14 points is what it is. I didn't have anyone else score anything better. Unfortunately, Tuolungi couldn't jump into that squad, so he was out for injury, I think, or COVID protocol. So we'll have to see how he goes next week. Cooler scored 16 and Billy Walters scored 16 if you want to score any of that. And then Wishart did not play in this one. Overall, I think we performed pretty well for a shit week from a lot of other players, but definitely massive showings from Cleary, Teddy, Crichton, like all those back three that I like at the moment. They're starting to hit their straps now. They're starting to play really well. Penasini's starting to find form now, which is awesome, so I might keep him around. And luckily I did not think about trading for Jack Bird. He looks like he's going to be out for a bit of time with I think he broke his arm. So if you've got Jack Bird in your team, definitely look at maybe trading him out for a bit. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you guys comment down below what you think of the team, who you would change. As I said before, if you look up in that top corner, 103k, basically I could look at maybe, do I keep Jeremiah Nanai? Do I keep Kurt Mann or do I keep Snyder? Either one. So we'll figure it out during the week. Tomorrow we're going to bring a new video. I know these are all back to back, but at the moment we had a public holiday Monday. The footy stretched out all the way till Monday, and then I got training on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays. So basically I try to smack these out as quickly as I can, get them all out there for y'all. Hope they all look great. Comment down below what you reckon. But yeah, appreciate you guys. Peace out.